Hi everybody, it's Bonkai922, and unfortunately, this mask will not be used for this review. Maybe next week, because this review was boring. This chapter was boring. This chapter wasn't good. It was okay, but just... oh man, it was so stupid. Come on. Could it kill Kubo to give these Fullbringers a chance to make the fight interesting at least? Yeah, well, this is the review for going to be called Bleach 465 review. The name of the chapter was Bad Blood Exhaust. I'm going to call this review Bleach 465 review. Why the Fullbringers so weak. But let's get into it. Basically, we start with Igaku. This guy is a piece of shit. He's no good. He's annoying. He's like, I got lucky hand for Knuckles. I don't even know his name. I don't give a shit about his name. He's really pathetic. He's boring. But he took out these trees, and then he hits Igaku in the arm, and he dislocates his arm, and then Igaku just basically uses his own muscle power to snap it back in place. He's like, oh wow, he did that! Stupid idiot. And he starts attacking him again. And then we get into Renji and Jackie. Boring. This fight. I mean it. I'm dead serious. And I know, you have a discussion about, understanding of things, how things are small or something. And she's saying, oh, I'll make you understand, blah, blah, blah. And then the motor on her body starts revving up, and there's like this shit coming out. I don't know if it's blood or whatnot. And she gets dirt all over her face. Oh, now she's dirty boots. She's gonna fight him more intensely. Stupid. So basically, what happens is, Renji doesn't use his sword. He doesn't unsheath it yet. She says, you better unsheath your sword when I come after you. And then she head kicks him. Basically what happens, she kicks him, and he stops short. And she's like, that's impossible. And he's like, you better hit me with your best shot. He's like, did I tell you, you understand, you regret this. And she hits him, and she destroys this fucking huge rock behind Renji, but Renji just stands there. And he doesn't even unsheath his complete Zanpakuto. He just, halfway, boom, hits her in the stomach, and he says, I've been training for 17 months to fight Aizen. You lot just don't cut it. The whole point of this arc don't get me wrong, last week's chapter I enjoyed. The week before that I enjoyed. I'm giving this a 3 out of 5 because this fight between Jackie and Renji was boring. Just like Zaraki says, fucking boring. This was boring. This was annoying. This was pathetic. 3 out of 5 hollow masks, people. Kubo was going on smoothly. But the problem is that these Fullbringers are weak. And I'm agreeing with Phone 999. Who gives a shit about them? They suck. They're pathetic. They're losers. I mean, I think it sunk in when I saw Zaraki's fight with this guy. Cuts him one slice, done. What's the problem? What's the point? Like I said before, the only Fullbringer I really give two shits about is Ruruka, because she's an interesting character. And, something might happen. Oh, by the way, just to give an FYI, if anybody's seen the chapter, at the very end, they have a color page. They're going to be doing the anime of this arc in October. I think it's going to be sometime in the early October. Actually, it might be very soon. Early October, more or less, I think. I think that's what's going to happen. So, that's the story. Very disappointed. It was good and all, but it was okay. It wasn't great though. I'm very disappointed. These Fullbringers are going to be defeated before you know it. And I mean this. None of them are putting up a huge fight. It is pathetic. Kubo, what are you doing? You gotta give these guys... you gotta make it look like an actual fight. And I have a funny feeling that next week's chapter, half of it's gonna be a fucking flashback. Which, oh boy, here we go again. Flashback. But you gotta... You can't do it like this. You have to make it look like a fight. At least for one whole chapter. I mean, don't get me wrong. Maybe Jackie's not down for the count. Maybe she'll get up. But it looks pathetic. Renji just does this. He unsheaths his sword halfway, hits her, and she's down. Come on! Unbelievable. I mean, you look at the beginning of Bleach, those fights lasted. Those fights were competitive. This is bullshit. You gotta make it more competitive. You have to. You have to. You have to. Make it more interesting. At least make it a little bit more interesting. So, yeah. But yeah, and I was just going to tell you guys about this mask. I'm probably going to be wearing this at Anime Festival. Oh, by the way, I'm going to do a video, probably after this one, maybe later in the week, about Anime Festival, and I'll explain that later. But this chapter, it's just... I have to agree with Phone on this. He's right. This is bullshit. No wonder... I can understand why week in, week out, since this arc began, he's been trashing it. I mean, why can't Kubo make these villains? They're not even villains. They're supposed to be strong. None of these guys are strong. Their powers suck. And you guys are probably wondering why I care two shits about Ruruka. Well, she's interesting. She's one of the characters that, you know why she's interesting? Because it might be true that she's going to betray Ginjo and the others. So that's something to look forward to. But that's the only thing to look forward to in this arc. If Kubo throws these characters away, keeps Ruruka, and there is no connection, people are going to be pissed. There's no reason to put this arc here. No reason. What is the point of this arc? Does it have a point? Hopefully this video doesn't get cut off. If it does, I'm going to do another one about this. This is Bankai 922. 3 out of 5. This was okay, but I got to see more, Kubo. You got to make these fights last longer. They have to last longer. See you guys later.